Welcome to my cot island, my creature features. Welcome to a cot zone. Only cot inside animated gal. Willy gun, dormitory pussy, fresh ball in the shit industry. First to kiss. Cop. Then the cop. My dick is in love with me. Go to cop torture. Stuff my dick into fresh nature. Take my cock shot. Persons cooked by the greedy balls. Persons cooked by the greedy balls. Cobra me and make it happy. Cut. What is all permission? My dad in a two got shot. My dad burned my face with God. Trying to bet a baby in on spear. Gosberry in my trunk. Concrete werewolf. Country gun. Call me Ray Gibson. Call me baby. Call me butter boy. Night of the living God. The freest God mastermind. God make me fearless. God Kramer. God Smasher. God smash your mom. Make your mom piss on my dick. What's that guy? Jade the cop. Fuck your mom. Fuck my ass and throw the cop. 3 little words. Get fucked. Yeah. God stubborn. Jacob Hammer. Fuck my God. Pudding. Bottom summer. Seaman Hammer. Wheel alligators. Fuck me. Undercar baby big penis. Help my dog get a huge water ball full of cat gun. Actually fuck my own ass. I don't have any dick inside me. Who ate? Oh my God. A mystery con detective. Hot on trial. Bees make honey. Bees make honey. Bees make honey. I may come back.
Oh, hello.
Give me a dime.
Oh, man. What is up, everybody? Woo-hoo! Now you probably wonder why, no, you probably know why Shmuel's eyes get all crazy. I get it. I'm right there with you, Shmuel, man. I get it. Trust me. How we doing, everyone? Happy 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. You pronounce it properly, please. Yes, that's right. Listen to my dutiful moderator, one of my dutiful and dedicated moderators, Michaela. That's right, Michaela. Please, folks, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. Also, if you're not subscribed, I could really... Whoa, look at this, Nancram. This is how does another broad get a wrench around here? How does that happen? How could that happen? I wonder if there's any way that a broad around here could get a wrench. If there was any possible way to do it, I wonder. I wonder if I'm stalling right now while I try to do it. I wonder. I wonder if you just wait just a few more seconds. Let's see. This is taking for fucking ever. But holy shit, this is not going the way I thought it would. Not loading. Here we go. All right. Oh, you could probably hear that. Sorry. There we go. And as one does, I'd like to welcome a new member to Lose Angels. If you didn't know, I have a team of women killers, literally women that will end your life. YouTube terms of service in Minecraft. Fuck. Anyway, yeah. So welcome to the team, Namcran. I'm trying to right some wrongs in the streaming world. It's been a male-dominated industry for way too long. Not enough equality, if you ask me. So Stevie Lou and Stevie Lou Industries are at the forefront of trying to create a diverse team here. And I'd like to give a shout out to my newest member of that team, Miss Nancram. Mrs. Nancram. Miss or Mrs. I don't... Just show some fucking respect if you're in the chat. Just know. Nancram, if you're watching this now, which I think you are, just there... we don't really moderate too much here unless it's like someone's doxed information. We more or less are just going to let it go. So thank you very much for your service. How are you, ladies and gentlemen, doing? I know you're probably you were looking for Tukey soup this morning, wherever you are, and that's, I guess, the guy's on vacation or something. Who knows he's probably on some sort of fucking retreat. That's what he's probably doing, if you ask me. But I'm here. You're not going to get. I'm sorry if you came looking for a guy in a wrestling mask with a funny voice. We don't have those. We don't have puppets here. We don't have potatoes. No oranges. We don't have any credit card theft charges here. No googly eyes. I could start making goofy eyes like some other people in this sphere. But we're just going to give you a straight shoot here at Stevie Lou, Lunatic Nation. Throw up your L's if you haven't yet. I want everyone, if you're either inside or outside. As a matter of fact, if you're outside, go hard. We got a new move. For the longest time, it's just been put the L up, just take it out of your pocket here, and then bam, right in the forehead. It just goes to show that you are down with Lou Nation. And as a matter of fact, a little insight here. The reason why we do the L is because you show that you're down with the Lou, and then it's a gun. So it goes from here, and then it's quick draw. Bam! And that's how we fucking do it. But I wanted to introduce a new thing here today. This is brand new. I just developed this weekend. Worked pretty hard actually on this. So I wanted to show any of the real hardcore dedicated lunatics how we're doing things now. If you're outside, anywhere outside right now, and you want to show that you're down with the Lou, what you're going to do is you're just going to get up and just go, whoa! All right, so one arm up, 90 degrees, facing the sky, facing the heavens, and then the other one out to the side, and then you just go, Lou, 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 Lou. So I hope that was a good demonstration. Jessie Angel, she gets it. As a matter of fact, I can just picture her doing it right now. So, oh, wait a second. El Horrible. That's not, no. Gate, who is that? Gavin's house. I'm about to put you in timeout. I'm not going to ban you, but I might put you out in timeout for a few seconds. Thank you, Michaela. You can do that when you leave in a half hour. And as a matter of fact, if you bear with me here, just do it for a half hour straight. So wherever you are out there in America, across this beautiful world, just make sure you throw the L up, and then you do have to hold it for a good 30 minutes. Because that shows that this is like legit. This isn't just some summer romance. This is a dedication to life and Lou and the pursuit of happiness, which is more or less why we celebrated Independence Day yesterday. What did you do? What were your 4th of July? What was your 4th of July like? Tell me here in the chat. We got the chat. I can pull it up. Gavin's house. Gavin House saying, "Fuck yeah, fuck yeah." I mean, I'm cool with that. But if you want to also let me know what you did for the 4th of July, that's also cool. It's funny. I followed up all of the explosions yesterday on the 4th of July with some explosive diarrhea today. So I kind of felt like it was appropriate. So part of the reason why we started late this morning is I was just getting some things, trying to just get some things out. This is actually, I hate to say, this is something that happens to me and maybe some of you out there, I don't have the greatest stomach. Don't have the greatest stomach. As a matter of fact, I have something called colitis. It's a chronic condition I've had basically all my life. It's not good. It's not good. And days like yesterday, they're a challenge for me, and I wish they weren't, but they are. So I was eating hot dogs, all that good stuff. Those barbecue chicken, hot dogs. I was eating potato chips, really splurging like a good American yesterday. And then what happens is that causes havoc for my GI tract. Don't have the same equipment down there as the rest of you do, unfortunately. I got some leaky pipes, and they get all jammed up real quick when you eat those hot dogs. I got to actually kind of be very specific about what I eat. And as a matter of fact, I was even thinking this morning that this is something I may have to really take to a new level if I want to not feel like shit, and maybe think about not eating hot dogs and stuff like that anymore, or just once in a real blue moon, which I kind of feel like I did there yesterday. But let's see what y'all did. Here we go. Michaela says, I drank and drove on a golf course. Yeah, I guess that's one of those few places where it's okay. It's okay to drink and drive, is when you're on a golf course. As a matter of fact, I'd probably hazard to guess that the majority of people driving golf carts on America's golf courses have had some drinks. So that is awesome, young lady. I think I did see a picture. Beautiful moderator of mine, Michaela. That's awesome. That says a Brit, but USA for the win. Thank you very much, Gavin. Doodle went out to lunch and drank. I love it. Jesse Angel, I don't think she had diarrhea. I think she's just commenting on my diarrhea. So I want to make sure that's clear. So I don't want to be just accusing folks of having the rhea. Bo Beardington says skull. Mr. Z says, okay, Joey C, who gives a shit? I mean, I'm not on Adderall, but I have been seeing Joey C's return to the internet as of late, where he is cranked out of his mind on medications. It seems to be taking a cocktail of Adderall and also Xanax, which has sent him into quite a atmosphere, let's say. So do go check out Catalano TV. That is my boy. Speaking of boys, let me send somebody a link to spice things up a little bit. But yeah, I was out in my neighborhood, I guess we'll call it. And I was enjoying some 4th of July fireworks. Let me see. I took some video. Let's pull this up. And you guys can check out some shit here. Some live look into the life of Blue, we'll call it. If that's not maybe a mouthful, they say. Let's pull this up here. Oops, not that one. Oops. Huh. Give me a sec here, folks. Yeah, this is not as easy to pull off on the fly as you'd think it would be. But let's go. Here we go. This is a little view that I had last night in my neighborhood. Okay, where'd that go? There we go. All right, So what you're seeing here is a view of the Macy's parade, Macy's firework display in lower Manhattan from a rooftop in the, let's call it Bushwick, Brooklyn. But this is something I've found much more enjoyable personally. There's some locals doing their own little display. Gets crazy, you know. I've got my few buddies who live in the area who've got these rooftops, and not a lot of roofs. Excuse me one second here. Actually, I have to. Sorry about that, folks. I had a quick phone call. But yeah, let's give that one more run through so I can get back on point here. Yeah. So as you can see, fireworks are going off all around the place, and in the distance there, in the far distance, you can see the full Macy's parade, which is kind of standing out, if you will, I think. But instead of like dealing with all the crowds, the firework display in New York City is one of the best in the world, if not the country. I'll say I will give it to some of our Asian brothers in the Far East. Apparently, they've got it a little bit more dialed in than we do, but nonetheless, it's a thing that I've been kind of doing the past couple of years instead of trying to go and see the display up close, dealing with massive crowds. Like for New York City, in order to see the fireworks from a good vantage point, you have to get there like 4 p.m., 5 p.m. You got to get there. The shit doesn't start till 9:30. So you got to show up 4 or 5 hours early so that you can claim a space. If you show up around firework time, you're not going to get a good spot. A lot of times you'll get an obstructed view. And then the crowds are massive. So you got to figure that out. Like, what if you got to go take a leak? If you want to drink, it's like difficult. You have to have people holding your place. You go take a piss somewhere in a bush. It's not a good time. I'm sorry. The fireworks are amazing up close. Yes. But how many? Oh, okay. How many popping off their guns? I honestly don't think we had any of that. Everybody was just having a good old fashioned American time. But yeah, that's the ticket, is that you find a nice rooftop. If you don't have one of your own, find a friend who has one and post up there, get some tunes going. You have access to a bathroom. You know, for a guy like me with colitis, it's really nice. Not like I have to just shit my pants all the time, but you never know when something like that pops up. So let's see what the folks over here in the chat. Not a lot of roofs. There's nothing but roof, utard. Okay. UFC on the White House lawn next Independence Day. Hopefully, Gavin House, from your lips to God's ears. Bo Beardington, my man, says, when you were attacked by nunchucks, was that the first time being assaulted in New York? No, absolutely not. I got beat up by some bouncers 21 years ago outside of a bar called Down the Hatch in the West Village, in the Village. not too far from the Comedy Cellar. There was a beef that started over beer pong. A buddy of mine was playing. I wasn't even playing. A buddy of mine was playing, and the guy that he was playing tried to blow the ball out of the cup. The ball was rimming around the cup. If you don't know what beer pong is, folks, you take a ping pong ball and you try to shoot the ping pong ball into your opponent's cups. And if you do hit the cup, they got a drink. First person to hit all the cups wins. So we were just watching. My buddy was on a streak. He had won like 5 in a row. And like the loser has to go by the next round. That's the deal. And my buddy was just icing cups all day. And the guy he was going with tried to blow the ball out. And I don't know if you guys know, but only bitches blow. So I informed the gentleman that, hey, I don't know if you heard this, but only bitches blow. And you're blowing right now. So that means you're a bitch. And then the guy didn't like that. Next thing I know, we're rolling around on the ground, trying to hurt each other. And somehow this guy knew the bouncers, like all of the bouncers at this bar. So we were pulled outside. Next thing I know, it was a 4-on-1 fight. And I got my head whacked pretty fucking hard. I actually will never forget what it was like to get hit in the head by multiple bouncers at once. I kind of like stood my ground for a second and then wham, saw flashing lights in my brain. Also, there was an assault that I do have to bring up. I was beaten to a pulp by Carlos Danger outside of Quaker Ridge Bagels in 1993. Shit, it's not called Quaker Ridge Bagels, Carlos, but he is absolutely correct. One of the standouts of New Rochelle is this little bagel shop in the North End, not too far from my high school, as a matter of fact. And I used to go there often for breakfast on the way to school. There is a little bagel shop up in the shopping center on Quaker Ridge Road. It is on Quaker Ridge Road. It's by where North Avenue and Quaker Ridge Road meet in New Rochelle, New York. The best handmade bagel on the planet. I'd honestly throw down with anybody out there. So TV's Will Heron wants to know what a bagel is. I guess they do not have those down in Nowlands. A lot of nice stuff in New Orleans. That's right. I also did get my ass kicked by Eastside Dave. And that was in New York City. Thank you very much. See, Gavin's house is popping in here now. Yeah, let's hear your bouncer stories. Where have your Roadhouse? Where has Roadhouse been real life in your life as well as mine? Gavin House says, "Yep, fat fucking bouncers broke my leg when I was 20, but alas, took me home. So still a win." Yeah, I guess that means he got laid. Bo Beer says he went to Katz once. That was great. Yeah, man, Katz Deli is considered this iconic location in New York City. It's famous for its pastrami and corned beef. The Reuben is unbelievable. But Katz has become one of these like TikTok, Instagram locations that, yeah, it used to be busy. It was always busy, or not true. In the mid 2000s, Katz was kind of in a lukewarm period. In this internet age, there's a line outside of Katz during the day, which is a bitch. I'm not going to sit there and wait online for 45 minutes to get a sandwich, although a bunch of tourists will. You got to go late at night. That's the trick. You got to try to go just before closing, get in there a little later. The crowd isn't there. The locals are more filling up the joint. But a fucking fantastic sandwich, although it is like $30 for a sandwich. It could be even more at this point. Oh wow, MSO is saying that R.I.P. Will Heron. Jesus Christ! Why this is breaking news, and this is going to be kind of like first we had Ski Mask, and now Will Heron. Oh wait a second, Will Heron's actually in the chat, and he's okay. It was some sort of practical joke. Woo-hoo! Supernova saying that when he was homeless, there were brawls all the time. Yeah, man. Jesus Christ. Homeless life. It's like a lot of the homeless in New York City walk around with hammers, like just they have ball-peened hammers. I've seen that multiple times. And I'm like, holy fuck, man. Like, how many skulls has that thing been driven into over the course of these years on this man's life out in the streets? It's kind of concerning. You never know what people are holding on to on the streets in New York City. Some people walk around with nunchucks, if you could fucking believe it. If you could fucking believe it. Doodle says, we have crappy bagels in Chicago, though we got a good bagel place, Gotham Bagels. We are also getting a good Jewish deli with some good bagels in my neighborhood. The place is crowdfunded. Now, Doodle, that's kind of crazy. I am pretty certain that Gotham Bagels is a chain, a small chain in New York. If I've got my head on right this morning, I'm almost certain there's a Gotham Bagel on the same street that Compound Media used to be, which happens to be the same street that I had my arm broken by nunchucks, if you could believe it. That is true. The same street. Jake, could you believe that
The
street where my arm was broken in New York City is the
the
Compound Media is located?
Good morning, Stevie. How you doing this morning?
Jake?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can't hear Jake.
Can you hear me?
Jake, your audio is not coming in, buddy. Let me see if I can.
Come in. Oh
No, I
crap!
can't
Hold
do nothing for you, kid.
on.
Jake. The Angel is saying, FYI, there is a second Cat's Deli in Brooklyn. What? Oh shit! Look at this. I did not know that. There's a place called Taste of Cats, and it's downtown Brooklyn by the J Street Metro Tech and the Trader Joe's. Oh, that's very good to know. I don't go to downtown Brooklyn so much. I'm in the northern side of town, but when I do, man, it's something else. All right, let's see if we can bring back.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me? I think you're with me.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Can you hear me?
right.
Can you hear me?
You guys hear Jake?
Can you hear me?
You guys can hear him, but I can't. What the fucking hell?
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
All right, what's up, brother?
Why the fuck? This doesn't make any sense, man. Like,
sometimes I don't know, my internet, this tablet.
But it seems to me that the people out there could hear you.
Yeah.
Well, you don't sound so good, man. You all right?
Hold on. I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to fix it.
Your audio sounds fine now, but like you sound a little low. Are you all right?
No, I'm okay. I'm okay.
All right, cool. You got all your fingers after last night? Did you celebrate 4th of July?
I didn't celebrate nothing. I went on Lunatic Lounge last night. I went on Lunatic Lounge.
You don't have to scream. I hear you. And that's Bobby. That's Bobby Nicotine, right?
Yeah.
And he's Canadian.
Hey, will I get paid for this?
Will Jake get paid for this? Jake, it depends on if we get paid for this. How about that? If anybody out there.
By the way, the last time I was on your show, after I left, you kept my Cash App running. in the
I did.
background running.
I did. Let's actually get that up. That's a good point. Let's get Jake's. Well, first, let's start off first things first. If folks do feel like being generous and helping out here, hit up the Venmo, hit up the PayPal. You see it on the lower scroll there. A portion of the proceeds to today's show will go to my producer, Jake Hudson.
And also, hey, so when was the funeral of Ski Mask?
I believe that was on Friday.
This Friday or last Friday?
I think it was last Friday at this point. Yeah, time starts to fly on you. Yeah, it was last Friday.
Guys, if you guys don't know who Ski Mask was the person who, it was Stevie and Ski after MLC.
Jake, it's wild that you said that because let's do this right now, man. No, watch what happened here. How do I do this?
Hey, put the ski mask. Grab that ski mask you got.
Ski mask is right here, buddy. Right near me.
Yeah.
Near and dear. This is an original ski mask.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what? Look, man, it's really funny that you said that because before the show, I was just kind of rooting around.
Number one, people are saying Jake doesn't pay Ashley. I don't know I didn't realize I had to pay her.
Well, if I have to pay you because you're coming on my show, wouldn't you think that it'd be fair if these things
Ashley doesn't
reciprocal?
come on my show. By the way, Ashley doesn't come on my show anymore.
What happened?
I might have did the F you, you're blocked.
And this is something that you do?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. You did it to me a couple times. How could I forget?
Yeah.
But Jake, it's really funny that you brought up Stevie and Ski after MLC because I had this queued up. Already. And I have not watched this since it happened. But this was, I believe, the first ever live with Stevie and Ski Mask. Just us two alone. Can you hear that?
This was in your former studio.
That's correct.
Do you still have that light?
Oh God, I don't really want to talk about that. That's kind of sad, Jake. When I moved places, I ended up getting rid of that lamp. I didn't have a spot for it in my new place, and it was pretty big and heavy. And I ended up leaving it on curb outside my place. And I've been informed since then that it might have been worth something. But you know what?
You always, by the way, you always told me to tell you to turn that light on every time.
That was kind of our thing. That was kind of our thing.
But what was the COD of Ski? What was the COD?
I don't know.
COD is cause of death.
I know what that is. I don't know what his cause of death officially was. Sometimes it takes some time for the official word to get back from the authorities and all that.
Yeah.
Jake. So, but what I understand from his family, there was some sort of heart issue that unexpectedly occurred, and that he passed away in his sleep.
So let me ask you this: we didn't know he had any health issues.
Well, I wouldn't say that. He kind of did have a very public battle with alcoholism.
Yeah, but
I know
about
seizures. He had seizure issue, some sort of seizure, epilepsy, perhaps, or it was alcohol related seizures,
or the white stuff. Was he on the white stuff? Allegedly.
I don't want to comment on like personal matters like that, but I just don't want to, someone who's passed away now. There's no way for him to face any sort of criticism personally. So why, bring up stuff that could be used to criticize a person, but I think if you know this guy and how he lived his life, and he
By the way,
talked about it on there.
MSO Will Heron didn't he by the way, Will Heron didn't die. He has a normal job, and I think the TV station that he worked at asked him not to do the clips anymore. And also, here's the thing,
Jake, we're not talking about that right now. So,
but can I tell you something? The station that the day that what's
we're not doing it. I'm not doing it. Sorry, Jake. Just not doing it today. Jake, if you want to come and hang, that's fine. But I'm not talking about TV's Will Heron in his job right now. As a matter of fact, I'd like to just stay on topic.
okay.
Thank you, buddy.
Sorry.
But yeah, like I said, you brought up this really cool thing here, this Stevie and Ski after MLC, something we did 2 years ago. So I wanted to just pop on. Can you hear this?
Never ceases to amaze.
Yeah, I can hear you.
We got Teamster
Can
Tim
you hear the
on
clip?
Tuesday. Ski
I can
Mask
hear
host
it.
on Wednesday. Stevie Lou on a Thursday. I mean, where's MLC go from here? Like I said, folks, on the show actually with Bob, it's constantly evolving. You never ever know what's going to happen next. It's a guessing game. That's why it's the number one podcast on the internet right now. Stevie, what do you think about your performance today? I mean,
Listen,
honestly,
I could never and would never ever imagine trying to fill Bob Levy's shoes for a fucking second. So let's get that very, very clear. I just am a loyal dude. Kevin Brennan's always been a good guy to
So
me.
wow, this is
To
like
you
2
as
years
well.
ago.
So has Bob.
Yeah.
And
We're
I'm
not gonna
guessing
be
this
like
was right when
picking
Bob
sides
Levy dropped
immediately
off of
necessarily,
MLC as a
but
regular
I don't
MLC
think there's
Kevin's my
sides
boy,
to be
so
picked here. I
he had a
mean,
falling
it's
out with
MLC.
Kevin Brennan.
Show. It always has been. Always
and this was
will be.
around when I jumped in and
Yeah.
kind of filled Bob's shoes for a little bit there.
Yeah. You actually knew Bob and Kevin for a long time due to the show you did with you did stuff with Compound.
Yeah, I met Kevin Brennan and what was it? Only like 2019. So I've only known Kevin personally for about 6 years now. We met outside of the Stand Comedy Club in New York City. There was some sort of event going on. I think it might have been Chris Stanley from Bennington's birthday, and they were having a live show there.
Yeah.
And a lot of people showed up for that. And I'm
So
outside hanging out. Fucking Andrew Dice Clay was there. Rich Moss was there.
ADC.
There was one other big name I remember. We're like just hanging out outside. I wasn't hanging out with them, but I was like standing kind of next to them. And then Kevin
Rich
walks
Moss.
up. Kevin walks up and says hello to me, and he goes, "Hey, weren't you that guy that broke the desk at Compound Media?" That was our first interaction. Kevin had recognized me from my famous clip, and Kevin had left Compound Media shortly around that time. So
Yeah.
he had a bone to pick with Keith the Cop, Anthony, and he saw me as the guy that broke the desk, and I'm pretty sure he enjoyed that. So he said to me right there, he said, "Why don't you come do my show?" Back then, he used to do a live show at the comic strip in New York City at the club. They had a little podcast studio, so he invited me to come up and do the show with them live. And Brian McCarthy had just quit too. That's another thing. When I did his show the first time, Brian McCarthy had quit the week before. Had walked out on him. So it's funny. I show up in these opportunity spots where he just loses a co-host, and the one who's like, "Hey, I can do this," you know. So what I ended up doing was I brought a bandana and I covered my eyes as soon as the episode started, without telling him. And he looks over, and Adam is there too at the time, and they're like, "What the fuck? What are you doing, man?" Adam Hineker, the producer.
Yeah,
and,
I know who Adam is. So, what was your favorite moment of doing, like, I know you worked on East Side Dave, you worked at Compound. What was your favorite moment of that show? And will you, if East Side's asked you to go back on his show, would you ever go back on it?
So, let's take this part one, part two. So I could probably pull up. This was my favorite moment at
From the East
Compound
Side.
Media from the East
Oh,
Side Dave, show.
yeah.
So this was the East Side Dave show, Star Wars Spectacular.
All
Have
right.
you ever seen this?
Are we on screen?
We're not, but the clip is playing.
All right.
That's how clip shows work. There you go. Is that better?
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you took me off again.
All good. So this was the East Side Dave Star Wars Spectacular. Basically, what happened was Dave wanted to reshoot Star Wars from start to finish authentically. So he asked me to basically pull the script together. And if you look, this is what we did. We took scenes straight from Star Wars, and then we had the green screen. So here you're looking at Gavin McGinnis and Daniel Bobo Curlin doing the R2D2. And
Wait, that's Gavin?
that's Gavin McGinnis. That's a young Gavin McGinnis. Yeah, this is from 2016. Let's see if I have a
Holy
date on this.
shit.
This is from 8 years ago. Holy shit. 8 years ago. Is there a date on here? We put dates on these things. Yeah, okay. This is from October 6, 2016. And look who that is. See who that is?
Anthony Cumia?
And Gino Bisconti with a fucking beer in his hand, too.
Boy.
Look at that.
Who's the guy who was the guy with the guy that's standing between them?
So that was this guy. That was a fan.
Looks like Pat Dixon. It looks like
No,
Pat.
well, don't worry. Pat makes an appearance in here eventually.
I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't punch Gino in this one.
Do you know Flutzy?
The only people I know in this video is the ones that is the main ones, like Anthony, Gavin, and Gino, and Eastside Dave, and you, if you're in this.
Yeah, this was a difficult scene. We worked this one out. This was working with the green screen. This is the famous scene where Luke looks out over the sun.
Who's Luke? Who's
that's
Luke in this?
That's Eastside Dave, buddy.
Eastside Dave. Was he a redhead?
Was he a redhead? He still is a redhead?
Yeah. I'm gonna shut up.
Okay, here we go. This is a great scene here.
Yeah. All right. Bobo. Oh, Pat.
So I was basically directing this whole thing, more or less. Dave took the credit as the director, but he was acting the whole time. So I was the one who was script supervisor, making sure that we were filming everything. We filmed a lot of stuff out of sequence and had to edit it later. But this was
Pat.
Yeah, Pat Dixon plays. I forget who the fuck he plays, but yeah, he had a little scene there. And look, we had some. He might be Obi-Wan Kenobi, but like, check out the special effects we did here.
Was that a real lightsaber? Was that a real lightsaber, or
yes, the real lifesaver, Jake. No, it's special effects, buddy. Come on.
All right.
And look here, we got the one and only famous Big A, who, as you can see, has a speech impediment, I guess we'll call it.
Yeah. So he was
see.
like me at the time.
Okay, and now you'll see an appearance. Look at this.
But that's you. Oh, that's you wearing the Weird Al hat hair.
I guess it was technically Howard Stern costume that I'm wearing here, like a Howard Stern hair, but that was supposed to be Chewbacca. So
Who's
that's
the guy that who's the I know Pat and Eastside and you, but who's the other guy?
that's Roy Harder. He was the musician for the Eastside Dave show.
I'm sorry that I'm asking you so many questions.
No, this
about
is
because-
great. I'm glad that you're here for this. This is actually kind of helpful. Look, yeah, this is.
You couldn't get the real death ball.
Death Star?
Yeah.
No, we couldn't. But look at everybody's doing some great acting here. You know, you got Gavin, you got Bobo.
You got you.
It's got me.
you couldn't get a ghillie suit.
I couldn't get a ghillie suit, unfortunately. But all right, I think that's enough of this.
Yeah.
People do want to check this out on their own, though. You look up Eastside Dave Star Wars Spectacular. It's on YouTube. It's got 33,000 views on it. No comments. Dave never likes to show the comments, but that was a nice little trip down memory lane.
Which one is Garrett? Which one was Garrett?
Who was Garrett? What kind of? Can you please reframe your question? Which one is Garrett?
What? By the way, Lewkie Soup.
Yeah.
By the way, quick thing. By the way, I showed last night on Lunatic Lounge. I showed everyone Aaron's new mugshot.
Amazing. When does Ray show up? Ray was not part of the crew back then. That's right. Thank you, Dang Lizard, for remembering. That's correct. I was Lou Baca. That was my moniker. And were we not getting any audio at all on that? Oh yeah, wow, that was on mute the whole time, wasn't it? Unreal.
Imagine quite a bit.
Sorry, I wasn't gonna say nothing.
You will.
There you go.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper?
Huh? What? Oh.
Did you hear my
uniform.
Chewbacca impression?
Yeah.
I look super.
Let's do it one more time.
Better. You will.
One more time for Steve.
You'll get it. Better.
You had
You
it
will.
mute the whole time. You had it mute the whole time. I wasn't gonna say anything.
Yeah, Jake, I know.
Hi.
Don't fucking rub it into my face
Where
now like a
is
dick.
Rebel base.
You really fucked me over here, pal. You really
Self
fucked me over
control.
good, pal.
Chill hold together. Baby, baby, hold together.
Got him! I got him!
I'm gonna leave before I ruin your show.
Oh,
again.
God,
I love
my
you guys.
The regional
That was Jake.
governors
No,
now have direct control over territories. FEMA will keep the local systems in line. FEMA of this battle station.
What of the rebellion? If the rebels have obtained a complete technical readout of this station, it is possible, however unlikely, that they might find a weakness and exploit it.
The plans you refer to will soon be in our
guy's
hands.
name. It was Gabby,
I suppose any attack by
Gabrielle, and god damn, I forget this dude's name. He was a good dude though. He used to come in, do the show all the time. Wow. All right, we're back. It's a lot of fun working with Jake, let me tell you. I wonder how big A is doing, KB. Yeah, I haven't spoken to Andrew in some time now. I don't know exactly what's going on with that. I think he's kind of an Eastside Dave guy, and that's something that before Jake took off, Jake was asking me, would I do the Eastside Dave show again? I don't think I'm ever getting invited to do the Eastside Dave show again. Unfortunately or fortunately, it doesn't really matter to me, to be honest. Dave is doing his own thing with Aaron Berg right now. I wish those guys nothing but success and luck, but I know for a fact that Dave is very much anti Kevin Brennan, anti Dabbleverse, anti drama. So he likes to absolutely avoid that sort of shit as best he can. So he did have me on his show a couple times when he rebranded, and I stopped getting any phone calls or texts or offers from Dave after I got really involved with Kevin Brennan 2 years ago. And that's completely fine with me and his decision too, because I have been nothing but very loyal to Eastside Dave throughout the years, and he decides to go his own way, which is completely fine with me. But do go check out whatever they're doing over there, Modern Man with Aaron and Dave. I think Aaron, it's good to see Aaron having a co-host with a brain finally. And they've got my buddy Bobby Tamburo helping him out over there. So no kidding, Ray. Okay. With all this death pool discussion going on, if I were back in the day, I would have chosen that guy as number one. Yeah, I mean, sure, he didn't have the greatest health. Like, you can even just look here. Jesus Christ. He was looking at it like he was in his larger era. But I know Andrew has had some success in his health, or at least he was last time I had spoken with him. So all the best to Big A. I got nothing but love to that crew. I haven't really caught up with like Flutzy in some time. She's not really involved with any of this shit anymore. If there was a while where I thought maybe we can get Flutzy on Misery Loves Company, I thought that Kevin would enjoy having her on. I think that still could be a possibility, but it's tough to get people booked for MLC. Kevin kind of has a strange way about that. Steve B says, Stevie, what are those coat jacket hooks used for behind you? Honestly, these are mostly for like hanging pants, shorts, and stuff. I'll usually hang some belts, pants. This is kind of a part of my place that's. I don't have a big place. New York City, small apartment. So I got a multi-use some of my areas. And yeah, that's what those hooks are for. If you were wondering, before the show, I usually take my laundry off the back there. There used to be a pile of laundry over here, as a matter of fact, that I've been trying to attend to. So that's a little inside baseball. Aaron Berg, a.k.a. even gayer Joe Rogan. Holy shit, NJ Ranger. I don't think I've heard that before, but hit the nail on the head, my man. Stevie Nicks stuck in my head now. No problem. Speaking of Stevie Nicks and music, I wanted to pull this up. This came across my feed. This is beautiful here. Can you guys hear that? No? There you go. Check this out. So shout out to all the folks down in Texas. God damn. Thank you, Jesse Angel. She's a New York City gal. If you live in NYC, you understand needing a dressing area in Hooks. Ain't that right? Grandma Caprio says, Stevie looking shiny, sweaty, no AC, buddy. As a matter of fact, the AC is going right now, but I think I'm shiny in general. I think I'm doing all right, man, though. Thank you for checking in, bud. It's actually not too bad out in New York. Yesterday was perfect. I'm sorry. We had like a near perfect day for 4th of July yesterday after a stretch of some hot, humid days. So we really lucked out. It's only about 81 degrees in Manhattan, or not in Manhattan, in New York City. Feels like 80. Let's see where that humidity is at right now. The humidity is only at 49%. So I got a nice little ring light over here that blows me up. Am I a little shiny? Yeah, motherfucker. I shine like a diamond. What are you going to do? What are you going to do about that, huh? But yeah. Please pray for Texas, Hill Country. Yeah. Seriously, I don't know if you've been keeping up with the news. I saw some really fucked up headlines this morning out of Texas. Some really just unthinkable shit. So if you believe in prayer, send some prayers down to Texas. Any positive vibrations, good vibes, good juju, good karma that you can send their way. That is some scary shit and really tragic, you know. I actually shot a tweet at Ski Mask's dad before the show. Okay, they are good. They're in the coastal country. Yeah, prayers for those folks, middle of the night. Yeah, fuck, man. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, sorry to break it down for a second, but it's life. This is life. If I didn't mention that, I think that would be a shame. And I was thinking of that Stevie Ray Vaughan song, Texas Flood, today. That is some powerful stuff. And shout out to the whole Ski Mask family. You know, I haven't really had a chance to reach out to the family directly since his passing. And I think that something I should take the initiative and do. I'm sure you can understand it's not the easiest thing to do, but again, so is life. And sometimes you just got to be a man, a human, man, woman, whatever. I'm not trying to say anything sexist there. And just kind of take the initiative. So, yeah, that was weather talk on the 8s. Oh boy. What else do you guys got? Anything interesting in your world? Now I'm doing Joey C. Yes, thank you, Jesse. I'm moisturized. I am pretty moist right now. I'm actually a little hungry. Take a bite of this. I'm a big yogurt guy. Yogurt helps me stay regular. So. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to the chat. No problem, brother. It's the least I could do. I mean, if you keep your eyes on Texas Hill Country, if you see any opportunities to perhaps donate, throw some charity if you're able to. That seems like that's the epicenter of where these floods have affected folks horrifically. So if you do have any charity in your wallet, in your heart, I would say that is a good spot to put your funds. Fuck this stuff down here, this PayPal. I'll be all right. It's the folks that really need it, like Jake Hudson. I'm sorry, Jake, if you're watching, buddy. Did a great job today. I'll see if I can kick you a few bucks. Wow. Okay, we're not even going to do that. James Flynn, why don't you let Ray crash at your place for free while he works on his comedy? You know, at one point, I do remember Ray kind of feeling me out when he was first talking about leaving Ray Gootz's apartment. This is going back like 2 years. I remember him kind of feeling me out a little bit, trying to see like, hey, do you have an extra room at your place? And then not directly asking, but I remember him kind of like, yeah, I got to move out of Ray Gootz's place soon, and I got to find a place. And yeah, there was even talk about maybe him and I getting a place together with Gustav. If you can fucking believe that. I don't exactly remember the specific details. And let me do something here. Just want to make sure that W Man has his little thing. The piss works. The piss works. There you go. Holy shit. Jesse Angel's having a breakfast beer and she's hungry. Sack is saying that they need a GoFundMe to watch this show. That's a little aggressive. Steve B wants to know what software I'm using. You can see it right there in the corner, man. These motherfuckers. I'm using StreamYard. I'm using the basic bitch version of StreamYard. I'm not paying for the premium these days. Not streaming enough, I feel, to need the premium. Granted, it would add to the show. I could do a few more things, could load some stuff in, but I'm all about just doing things bare bones, kind of like MLC Junior over here, if you will. Even got the whole headset, just like my dad. Jesus Christ, watch the 35-foot wall of water come down the river last night. It was unreal. It's brutal. Doodle is saying that I dodged the bullet with Ray. Yeah, I mean, you look at a guy like Teamster Tim and what that's done to him. You know, they say that Teamster Tim he aged like 30 years just having Ray stay at his place. The stress, it's like becoming a president. It's like becoming a president, having Ray DeVito live under your roof for any amount of time. So Gavin House, excuse me. I keep saying Gavin's house, like it's the house of Gavin. Stevie Lou, send Carms a link, welfare check. You know, I did check in with my buddy Karmic, and I won't get into the details, obviously, but I did reach out to him, and I think he's all right. I think he's all right. I think he's going to be all right. I think he had a tough night the other night, and we all have tough nights. It's just how we bounce back. Jesse Angel checking in saying FRD. And if you don't know what that stands for, then I don't know what to tell you. Stevie Lou, why does Melton hate StreamYard so much? I have no idea. I mean, StreamYard isn't great. Not perfect. But yeah, I don't know what that has to do with anything, to be honest. Yeah, no input on that. But let's do something. I'm going to throw up this firework video one more time and go grab a coffee. So enjoy the view of this rooftop in Brooklyn last night while I go take a quick pee break. Would you? Be right back. Oh, that's great. You can see, I guess you get a little view into my viewing habits by looking at my suggested videos. We got some MMA. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite things to do these days is watch videos of the Diaz brothers in mixed martial arts. That's a lot of fun. But we're back. Coffee number 2. Let's see. Okay, I did want to do something here. Do something here. Fuck, I didn't pull this up. Oh, here it is. Okay. We are going to watch a trailer for a movie together. And I'm not going to say what movie it is first. It's a surprise.
Very differently. To him, I'm basically a blow up doll.
Oh my god, that is what you look like
Thank you. We know that grooming releases endorphins in the female brain. Let's not forget the Christmas present I gave you for the Brazilian straightening.
I like my hair. I look like Bo Duke from the Dukes of Hazzard.
Okay. So far it looks pretty good. Looks decent. Looks like it could be a good comedy. Get some stars in here.
I don't even know who that is. Well, maybe it was my American accent. You mean you don't know the Dukes of Hazzard?
The area responsible
Directed by Whitney Cummings, eh? Okay.
for defending your turf is larger in the male brain.
I'm a physical marvel.
Oh,
Blake Griffin?
Try me. Throw something at me. Anything. Oh. Okay. So I wasn't ready for that.
All right. So now it seems like things are starting to go sideways. And also written by Whitney Cummings and Neil Brennan? Bum, bum, bum. Spielface. Spielface. Pat Dixon face. Spielface. Pat Dixon face. Spielface.
Women are also more likely to recognize flaws.
Now you're wearing. I threw that thing out like 3 years ago.
I take out the trash, so now it's back live in effect.
Women want to be MMA fighters, but they still want us to hold the door open for them. These gender roles, they've been in us for 20,000 years.
Let's not do that anymore.
Oh my God. How's it look? You like this look? How's it feel to be dating a magician?
Relationships take work.
You want me to work 2 jobs?
Why don't we take the drug money?
This movie.
Want to make you eat people's.
What the hell's happening there? Jesus Christ. This movie seems like it was a decent idea. Maybe. I don't even know. It's hard to tell much about a movie off its trailer. But I heard this movie referenced the other day on MLC, and I had completely forgotten about it. I remember it was talked about when it first came about, but we're gonna have to find out if Ashley has a cameo in it. I mean, it's weird seeing Neil in Half Baked. I don't even remember where Neil is in Half Baked. As a matter of fact, if you could pop in the chat where his scene was. Try to find that. Starring John's Fingernails says thoughts on people having a tool shed and walk-in closet bigger than the hovel you call a home. Fortunately, it's not that small. And secondly, I'd say, hey, congratulations. Sounds like you live a very interesting and authentic life. So I'm sure you're here having a good time with us and also enjoying those walk-ins and tool sheds. I got tools here. I got a closet. I mean, was this who's got the bigger closet and tool shed contest? I don't think so. It could be. And who knows, maybe one day I will have an even bigger tool shed and a bigger closet than you. And what are you going to do then? Huh? What would you do then? Ask yourself that. Because it sounds like you peaked already, bitch. Sounds like you fucking peaked already. And this right here. It's on its way. Okay, yep, that's right. There was no pregnancy porn in my suggested videos. So I got that going for me at the very least. I wonder who's behind this movie. Yeah, honestly, I do want to I want to watch the movie Female Brain. I want to give it a fair look. Yeah. Did anybody figure out where Neil was? Peter Sky Parker says KB's yelling was wild last night. I mean, I didn't catch the whole episode last night. I was, like I said, hanging out, but I did see Chad was screaming. I did catch that part, which was actually kind of hilarious. I don't think he meant it to be that funny, but I enjoyed the hell out of Chad's little tantrum about Borgo. I mean, what the fuck is Chad thinking after one of the best episodes in some time with Borgo talking about his fucking grandson or his ex's grandkids sniper murder fucking shit and his issues, etc., etc. And then he takes one fun little shot at Chad. Lighthearted joke. Chad loses his fucking mind and melts down over it for a full 24 hours. You gotta love it. Gotta love how this guy is such a fucking thin-skinned baby who just doesn't belong in this sphere. But we have him, and he gives us these beautiful moments time and time again. So that's one thing I've come to terms with, that as fucking shitty as Chad is, we need to have him around because he is just a entertainment box. Just what's the next insane action that Chad will take? What's the next dumb thing Chad will do? Something. There will be something. Just literally, you could time it. He's like the goddamn tides, this guy, with his stupidity and his clown shit. So a long time ago, I said we need to have Chad. We shouldn't lose Chad. We can't lose Chad. We need Chad. So there we go. Dick Fitzwell says Neil's in the scene where they're at the fast food restaurant and the guy goes, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. I'm out. Legendary scene. Thank you very much. I will have to go back and check that shit. Jesse Angel laughed my ass off. The goal in New York City is always to have a bigger closet, and I have 5. Damn. Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about Jesse Angel. I kind of have an idea of what part of Brooklyn she's in, and that's, first of all, almost the other side of the fucking country from me. But second of all, seems like they got a little more space where she's at. Not as easily accessible by public transportation is one of the drawbacks, I'd say, but a lot more space. So a lot of those folks just drive. You could park your car a lot easier out there. Very interesting part of New York, I would say, too. No shit. Saint Ranger checking in. Also, what's up, Saint Ranger? Hope you're doing well, buddy. And Pam, too. I'm sure Pam is watching along. But if she's not, that's okay. Neil is flipping burgers in the first scene of the burger shop. Neil is the guy taking orders at the register. I'm having fun smoking and have 8 full toolboxes of sheet metal tools, mine and my dad's tools. Yeah, I guess you got those tin snips. What else do they use for sheetrock and sheet metal? Excuse me, it's not sheetrock, sheet metal. Probably some sort of like hacksaw, I'd imagine. Yeah, that's some tough work working with metal. God bless you, man. You'd be surprised. Stevie Lou actually does have some limited construction IQ. Very limited. I'm actually best when it comes to electricity and wiring things. I do not have any certification or real experience to speak of, but I have had some apprenticeships, you could call it, I guess. So I could at least screw a fucking plate cover on for you. So Casey Armstrong's hairline movie pitch. And listen, I love that idea. Movie pitch me. Pitch me on some films, folks. Yo, Stevie, movie pitch. Let me know what you think. Comedy where KB is blind and Jink Hudson is his seeing eye dog. Holy fuck. I give it a 10 out of 10. If I could give it an 11 out of 10, I would, but I think that would be dumb. I'm actually going to write this down. Kevin, blind, Jake, seeing eye. I think we could pull it off. I think what we could do is we could CGI Jake into like a dog with his head, like just make it a dog body, but use Jake's head, and then it talks like Jake too. That would be great. Yeah, that's right, Jesse Angel. I'm catching up here. I'm a little behind. Chad was screaming for real last night about Borgo. Like, William Borgeson is one of the nicer guys. He can be entertaining when he comes on too. So screaming that he sucks, he can't. And Borgo is a businessman. He's not an entertainer at all. So the fact that this fan of the show, longtime supporter of the show, could get up in Chad's ass that easy is sad. It's sad. It shows that Chad is a guy who cannot grow. And I think it may come to the point where he will never grow. He cannot change. He's one of these guys where you can't take the stripes off a tiger. He will forever be getting emotional about shit that's not really that important. And then making yourself look stupider and stupider with your reaction. It's something that, like, he doesn't realize how badly he holds himself back by doing that sort of shit. But again, much to our bemusement. Am I wrong? And look, like, do I sound like I'm mad, upset, hating on Chad? No. I'm fucking let that man live. Let that boy live. You know, I'm not doing the whole Stevie stinks. He's no good. He's always trying to bleach on other people. And then I never did anything. He's never done anything. It's not even a real comic. Stink. Go home. Get away. You're not good. Get out of here, Stevie. Chad, live your life, brother. We love you for it. We need you in our lives because, in a way, in a sense, you make us feel better about ourselves. Because I think everyone here can agree that at one point or another, you say to yourself, man, shit's not going so great sometimes in my life. A lot of ups, a lot of downs. But at least I'm not Chad Zumach. And you feel so much better about yourself. Being able to say to myself, at least I'm not Chad Zumach, is one of the best therapeutic things I can think of in my life. Besides working out, blazing the chronic, and telling myself I'm not Chad Zumach. Those are like probably the three best things I could do at any point in my life to just snap myself out of a funk. So if you've never tried it, thank you. PSP is on the same thing. Like, if you haven't tried it, just try it. Like, go outside, and if after you put your L up, you do the L, you go, I am not Chad Zumach! I'm not Chad Zumach! Do a little spin. Feel so much better. You know, and if that's not working for you, just try this other one. I go, I'm not Quadfather. Holy fuck. Could you imagine how much worse life could be? I'm not quad father. So it's a little piece of advice. Oh, let's pop back here. Yeah, he was so sore, Mint Diggity. He was so sore about fucking about Borgo. And then where do we I had a great comment from Doodle here that I skipped over. I wanted to bring up. Yeah, here we go. Very good point, Doodle. And once again, thank you, Doodle, for being a very very strong part of this team over here at Lou Nation. The trolls make me feel better because I am not that hateful. Yeah, it's like a sliding scale of humanity in this Dabbleverse. You know, you got the people that are here in the chat having a good time, building a community, talking about the reality, the real stuff. No one's going after my wife. No one's harassing anybody else's family members. You know, we're not sitting there trying to shit on everyone that we disagree with constantly. We are, in fact, using scientific method with most of our reasoning. We're not reacting with our emotions. We are thinking like scientists. Now, does me saying something like that probably make a lot of people stop and say, this guy is mentally ill? Probably. I can see that also, but that's probably part of the entertainingness to this whole thing as well. So, kind of like life. Yes, thank you. We're trying to be positive. You guys have seen me at my lowest, before. You know, whether I was smashing a desk at Compound Media or I was talking shit to Pat Dixon, getting upset. You know, these are embarrassing scenarios that I've put myself in, but I think I've changed for the better. I think I've grown somewhat. My hair hasn't grown. I will say that. So not everything is grown, but NJ Ranger, my man, he gets it. But yeah, we're trying to stay positive here. We're trying to draw out the good in you, in me. I'd like to buy the world a Coke and live in perfect harmony. If I have to be frank with you. And speaking of Frank, Dunkin' Donuts says, Stevie, have you ever dressed up as Frankenstein for Halloween? So no. You know, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself for even saying that. Sorry, I was just after the whole everybody's being positive. Oh Jesus! Imagine if that was how I started reacting to just a general question like that. But seriously, Dunkin' Donuts. No, because that would be like my emergency costume if I didn't have any ideas. And I'm sorry if that comes off as insulting to your intelligence and maybe my audience's intelligence, but it's like Abe Lincoln, Frankenstein. Who else is tall? Who else is really tall? It's the only two tall people I can think of: Abe Lincoln and Frankenstein. But I mean, like those are two. Like just get. It's real simple. It's too simple. I try to I try. Yeah, Lurch from the Addams Family. Thank you. Oh, it's Drunken Donuts. I didn't see that. Slender Man. Jesus Christ, that's actually pretty good. KB, Lady KB says I should be Slender Man for Halloween. I kind of remember what Slender Man is. I want to look it up. Yeah, it's just like a. Oh yeah, yeah. Ooh, shit, look at this. Pull this up. Mm. Check this bad boy out. Yeah, I mean, I got. I guess I've got the legs for it. Yeah, I could do this. Do you think people would get it though, KB? That's the only thing I'm. Lady KB, do you think the folks would get it? Yeah, thank you. Jesse Angel says I would be perfect for Slender Man. It kind of actually does look like me with my Merlot leggings and when I was dressed up. My poor sister got me those. My wonderful family, love them all. As a matter of fact, I shouldn't even talk about them on this stream, but one of my darling sisters got me those pants for Christmas, as a matter of fact, and I hadn't really worn them yet. It was March after December, so they were brand new pants. Hadn't really tried them out too much, and gave them a shot. And if that poor woman knew the shit that I got from wearing those, as they were called, Merlot leggings, I guess my pants were a little skinny, in Atlantic City for Super Bowl Sunday this year. I get it. I guess I could do Slender Man. I just don't know if it would, if I'd sell it, if it would track. Would people be able to read that? Stevie versus Ray basketball game with special guest referee Clearwater Chad. Honestly, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I would run the fucking table against more or less anyone in this Dabbleverse when it comes to basketball. I was pretty competitive with my basketball throughout my teen high school years, and I played in some pretty tough leagues and street ball scenarios, and I'm in fucking some really good shape these days. So I guess Ray isn't in the worst shape, so he'd have a chance, but I'm just bigger and know how to use that to my advantage better than anyone else out here. Now, maybe your beloved chatters, your Tigger 797979, they might, maybe your sorcerer too. That's another one. Jason Bentley, I think, would be, I don't know his athletic ability, but he might be one of the guys that's too big for his own good, and I'd be able to use that against him for my advantage. But I would say that maybe a beloved chatter or a Tigger 7979 might be able to give me a run, because they're some of the only guys in this universe who are close enough in my proportion and size range that they'd be able to at least battle my power. Because a guy like Ray, I'm just going to back him down. I'm not going to only back him down, but like, if when I need to, I'm going to back him down, and he's not going to be able to back me down as well, or I'll make it a lot harder for him. So now we're getting into the real X's and O's of basketball. But that was one of my specialties, was being a post player and playing a little more tough within the rules. I'm not saying I'm going to go nuts and throw elbows and try to hurt somebody, but in basketball, if you've got the ball down low, you are able within reason to, use your back and force someone down into a tough position. So, yeah, on a tennis court, I get my ass smoked. Actually, as a matter of fact, I bet them see it, and that's a great life lesson for you. Holy shit. Thank you, Steve B. Don't even know what you just did there. I get smoked on the tennis court. I suck at tennis. I can play tennis and I suck at tennis. It just never clicked for me. And someone smaller than me, less powerful, less fast, slower, would beat me in tennis because tennis is more of a game of skill and a mental game too. So less mental in basketball, more brute force. So, and look, Peter Sky Parker is saying he would take me down in the courtroom. That's all right, counselor. Look at this. Dr. Chow is 6'3". I didn't know that about Dr. Chow. And he played point guard. So, yeah, see now 6'3" and good handle. Maybe Chow can give me a run for my money then too. I don't want to get ahead of myself now. And I put, if Chow was a baller and he's 6'3", that's significant. So that's another guy. But although those couple inches might be that advantage that I need, because I was a good shot blocker. That was my skill. That was my by far best attribute as a basketball player. I was a nasty shot blocker. So you better make sure you make space and have a good jump shot, because if you're taking it to the hoop, I say my one-on-one take it to the rack defense is up there with anybody else. I used to pride myself on being a shutdown defense guy. So that's my little basketball spiel. I'm 6'6" also, by the way. And I am weighing in about 210 pounds these days. And I've been working out a lot. Actually, I'm going to go for a run today. That's the plan. That's the plan. I've been trying to go running at least twice a week on top of my gym work, which I've been trying to go like 4 times a week, 2 hours at a time. I'm also doing some calisthenics on the side, doing some kettlebells, push-ups, crunches. Stevie Lou's trying to get motherfucking Toit. And he's on his way. And if I stick to this program I'm on right now, by the end of the summer, I'll be taking some model pictures for you guys. Yeah, I am a bragger, right? And it takes one to know one, young lady. Do you ever lift boulders in Central Park? I think that's some sort of sex position. I think that's a sex position thing. And I'm not even going to go there. Casey Armstrong's hairline says, Snipe Chad, he's trashing you, saying he wants you to swing on him next AC. This can't be fucking real. Please tell me this is real. Please tell me this is real. Looking into this right away. I feel like it could be just pulling my chain, but I will check it out. Oh, wow. He is live. My shit is moving slow today.
I just put a episode of By Chat up, in Sam Tripoli's weekly phone call show where we talk to each other on the phone. We did it years ago. And we're doing it again. Just extra content. Just extra content. We're also live on Rumble today. We're also yes, extra large. I'm the only one that does stand up anymore. Everybody else just streams in their basements. Speaking of stand up, I'll be at the Boca Black Box next
Speaking
week
of basements,
at this time.
Chad, we saw
July 11th
your apartment
and July 12th.
the other day, dude.
Get your tickets. Plenty available.
It was not
plenty.
looking
You live in
good,
Boca,
dude. So, right off the bat, guy's talking shit, and he lives in like some sort of fucking literal crack den. No carpets, nothing on the walls, fucking no furniture, just trash and shit laying around. And when I say trash, I'm not talking about just Chad.
Boca Raton, please come see me. It's a good little room. It's fun.
Boca Raton, he just said. It's Boca Raton. Raton. What the fuck? The guy's been living in Florida for 4 years and he doesn't know how to fucking pronounce Boca Raton.
It's a great place. I like Boca Raton. It's a nice little.
He did it again. Boca Raton. What? No one says. It's not even spelled with another A. It's Raton. What a fucking
nice little place.
Shithead.
I got an email like right before the show started. Okay, Greg. Hi, Greg. He writes me, and I'm not joking. He goes, Chad, your show has sucked lately. Can you still mail me a "We're Doing It" shirt? Here's my address. Extra large. No. Your show sucks lately. Can you mail me a shirt? That's yeah, let me get right on that.
All right. I'm gonna go back and also get to Chow's chat here. Yeah, didn't he say he was done with stand-up and he was over it last night? He was screaming all sorts of crazy shit last night. So if you're looking for consistency, from Chad Zumach, I don't think you're gonna get it, doggy. And then watch this little thing here. This was an act out. We call this in the business.
Yeah,
Can
you mail me a no.
So he's got an email.
No. Your show sucks lately. Can you mail me a shirt? That's yeah, let me get right on that.
And then some straight out of Stuttering John's book. He crumples up the paper and then just throws it not into some trash can, just onto the floor in his disgusting little shithole apartment, which I'm sure like that's how he just does things normally. Just like John would fucking fling those empty Coors Lights at his wall into his corner or wherever the fuck. But yeah, that was some I don't know, man. It's just I guess that's Chadley for you.
Yeah, we're okay. Yeah. I'm gonna shut down the show and go right now. Fucking idiot. I don't mind mailing shirts out. I just mailed Tarnished Maiden's shirt out. I don't mind. And that reminds me, Crooklyn Comedy, you're a $100 sponsor now. Thank you very much. Tell me if you.
So he's just doesn't want to send a shirt out. Is that what this is? How he starts the show?
Want a shirt? Sponsors. It resets tomorrow. We reset tomorrow. So if you're a $100 sponsor, you need to get your $100 in.
Wow.
We have the tier on Patreon now, a $100 tier if you just want to put it up.
So begging for $100 tier Patreon sponsors. That's what he's doing. Because I guess it resets tomorrow.
Put it up there. It's patreon.com/World War Z. Sign up for only $5. Hell of a deal. You get video, back catalog, audio. I just put a episode of By Chat up, being Sam Tripoli's weekly phone call
What happened
show.
to his
We talk to
nose?
each other on the phone.
I forgot about that.
We did it years ago.
What happened to his nose? Do we have any? Yeah, thank you, Casey. I realized you were joking, but it was a good idea. So, thank you. You got me to watch. And does anyone know what happened to his nose, or can we hypothesize what could have happened to his nose? I think it's probably better to just let's hypothesize what happened to his nose. And while we do that, I'm going to acknowledge this from Saint Ranger. He says, anybody smoking weed in here? Smells like pot. No. Now that you mention it, let's go ahead and yabba dabba do, if you know what I mean. And I ain't Fred Flintstone. I'm Fred Flintstoned, if you know what that even means. It's not Hanna Barbera, it's Hanna Bongbera. Let's see. I'm not Huckleberry Hound. Huckleberry Hound. Yeah, that's right, baby. That's right. Let's get this going up on
Go. We're doing it again. Just extra content. Just extra content.
Yeah, what happened to his nose?
We're also live on Rumble today. We're also live on X. So if you're over there and you like the show, consider jumping in the chat.
And thank you.
We got some fine people over here. We got the beautiful
for shaving this
Shannon's
morning.
Unacceptable View, Alex Ortiz, Doodles driving in a car, Tarnish Maiden, Brutal, Chip Galloway is here for now. Fernum is your moderator. Tarnish Maiden, you're in charge of what do we learn today? Since Doodle's on assignment, she has things going on. She's a working woman. Rush is the working man. She's the working woman. They call her the working woman. There's a poll up. Because I like my polls.
This is boring me.
They're fun. I like how they try to shit on me for
I guess this
audience
is probably
interaction.
boring,
Like
my
I'll
show.
go on Twitter and be like,
right
"Did I
now.
do a show today?"
Started running out of speed. Out of steam. It's all right. It happens. It could just be the weed talking. Peter Sky Parker says, Chad's fans deserve better. It can't be easy liking a piece of shit. I hear you, dog. Gavin House is asking me, have you ever tried HHC? Stevie. Looking, see what HHC. I guess that's a cannabinoid. Hexahydrocannabinol. Similar to THC, found in the plant, gaining popularity as an alternative. Do you smoke it? Edibles, vapes. Okay. So you don't really smoke it, you vape it. Milder form of THC. I think I'm good on that. But I'll check it out. I'll try to check it out. Okay. So yeah, I guess this is a UK thing. Interesting. Imagine thinking that clicking sound is acceptable. Yeah, I guess Chad's got that horrible audio. Chad overly panders to women free chatters while trashing the pay pigs. Not a good strategy. Yeah, trashing Borgo. I mean, and listen, it's not saying he can't trash Borgo. He's not allowed to trash Borgo. Not saying that Borgo is a protected species, but like should only really trash people for legitimate reasons. Can we all agree on that? And I don't think anybody out there is going to agree with Chad's motives for trashing Borgo, like to the fucking level that he has last night, screaming about him, screaming, "Come on, fucking for 1 week, see what you got." That was fucking legit psychotic. So I'm not saying he can't ever criticize or go after Borgo, but like at least have a good reason for it, man. Like Chad is forever fighting windmills. He is a hardcore windmill fighter, and like you got to save your energy sometimes, Chad, for legit conflicts instead of just making up new ones for no fucking real good reason. That's just my point. The smoking lamp is lit. Yep, I do have a. What the fuck? Jesse Angel said she had a bad time. It looks like last time she tried weed. Okay, Gavin says that it's less potent, but it lasts all day. And apparently Premium says that you boof it. Send Chow the link. It's honestly, it's a little too late at this point. I'm almost up on the 2-hour mark, and I'm going to be cutting it off pretty soon. And Chow says he can't come on right now. But yeah, I guess I wouldn't be adverse to giving Chow a chance on the Lou network. I think he's somewhat of a misunderstood character, especially in our circles. And maybe a little sit down with the Lou could help change that. I was thinking of actually doing some interviews. So maybe before we go, if anybody has any suggestions for people that you would think would be an interesting interview for Stevie Lou, I think that I am a good question and answer person. I like going to Q&As. So while you think of some suggestions for interviewees, I will share with you a little tidbit. I go to a lot of Q&As. I end up at a lot of Q&As in New York. A lot of film will have a Q&A afterwards. A lot of times it's the director of the film. So I've seen some independent film and gone to Q&As. I've even seen some higher level films where you get a fun Q&A afterwards. And one of my things is to try to ask a really interesting question. It's one of my things. So been pretty successful with that in my days. And I get people even comment after a Q&A to me as I'm leaving that they were like, "Hey, that was a really cool question that you asked there." That's a good feeling to have. So I was thinking maybe I could try to get that going on here, change things up a little bit, do a little interview. So someone is saying a mirror, so I should interview myself. Yeah. IRL is blowing up in the UK. Yeah, shit. Maybe I'll see if I can get Alyssa Jordana. Yeah. Let's see if I can get Alyssa Jordana. Although maybe I should just do some thinking on my own and figure this out. Yeah, boom. 2 hours. We did it. Crossed the finish line. Kind of limped across the finish line here. It is what it is. It's 4th of July weekend. Wanted to check in with you. It's just Lou and you. Thank you very much to Lou's Angels, all my gals, keeping it real holding it down in the chat. Thank you very much to Jesse Angel for the logo for today's show. Thank you very much to Chad Zumach for letting us stream snipe him. I guess go over and watch Chad if you haven't left already. Once this is over, go over to Chad and let him know that Stevie sent you. I'm sure he'll love that. So please do enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend. I'm sure we'll have a wonderful MLC tonight. May or may not be around. Who knows if I'm on anyway. You never know with these things. But if I'm not around, I'm sure I'll be watching. And yeah, please do hit the like button before you go as well. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Don't have the greatest schedule set up these days for this, but I will be popping on every once in a while. And yeah, please do like, subscribe, share on social media. If you're down with Lou Nation, one more time, just so you remember, you put the L up here because that's a gun. Real quick. It's like a snap of a finger. That's how quick it is. That's how quick you can pull it. And if you're really into it, let's just get up one more time. Stand up. Get your This has been Stevie Lou. Peace, man. Peace, dude. Peace. Peace out there. Peace. You know what I'm saying? Peace.